Today we're going to go over linear solving, so solving linear equations. You will need a pencil and a piece of paper. So our content objective is to solve equations and box the solution. Your language objective is to explain how to solve equations using the sentence frame. To solve the equation, first you blank, then you blank. So all of these problems involve solving equations. So the first part, explain what the distributive property means. So since we can't use partners, I'll explain it. Distributive property means to multiply. And then part B, explain what we are solving for in an equation. So when solving an equation, we are solving for a variable. Or we could say an unknown. So this is what we are doing when we're solving an equation. We're solving for a variable or an unknown. So here's some examples. So 4x divided by negative 5 equals 2. So remember, when solving, just that remember, we use the order of operations backwards. So remember, that's parentheses, exponents, multiplying, dividing, addition, subtraction. We use that actually backwards. So we start with addition, subtraction, then we undo multiplying and dividing, and then we undo exponents and then parentheses. So in the first example, I have 4x divided by negative 5 equals 2. So I see I have division by negative 5. So I'm going to undo that first. So we're going to multiply both sides by negative 5. So when you do that, this 5 and that 5 cancel out. So I have now 4x equals negative 10. Divide both sides by 4. So those 4's cancel, and I get x equals 10 divided by 4, that reduces to negative 5 over 2. So that's your answer for that one. I want you to try the one on the right. So it's 2x divided by 3 equals negative 2. So that one is going to be very similar to the one I just did. So pause the video and give that one a try. Hopefully you had a second to pause the video. In this one, next example, I have x divided by negative 5 minus 2 equals 8. So again, draw the line down the middle of the equal to sign. And to solve this one, first you need to undo the addition subtraction. So notice I have subtraction by 2. I'm subtracting 2. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So plus 2 plus 2. So that gets rid of the 2. This is x divided by negative 5 equals 10. X isn't by itself yet. It's still being divided by negative 5. So multiply both sides by negative 5. Oops, sorry. So when you finish that one up, these negative 5's cancel, so I get x equals negative 50. Okay, try the next one on your own. So negative 3 minus 2x equals negative 25. And give that one a try. It's slightly different than the one I did because the constant comes first. It's the negative 3 comes first, but that's okay. You can still solve it the same way that I did mine. You're just going to have to first undo this negative 3. So you got to move the negative 3 over first by adding it. So this would be your first step. And then I'll let you finish that one up. So pause the video if you need to and finish it. Next one, So these problems involve where you have to distribute. So I have 3 times 3x minus 1 equals 12. There's two ways to solve this problem. I'm going to use the distribution method, but there is another way. So multiply 3 times 3x, that gets you 9x. And 3 times negative 1. Be careful, this is negative 1. You need to include the sign. So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 equals 12. And then draw the line down the middle of the equal to sign. And then you can solve this equation. So you're going to add 3 to both sides. These cancel. And you get 9x equals 15. Divide both sides by 9. So you get x. 15 over 9 reduces. Those are both divisible by 3. So this would be 5/3. So that's your answer for that. I want you to try the one on the right. It'll be very similar to the one I just did. So first distribute and then solve. Pause the video and give that one a try. This one is very similar to the one we just did. So we got on the left here 13x minus 6. And on the right, I'm going to distribute the 4. So 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 3 is 12. So notice I have x's on both sides, and I have a constant on both sides. So my constants, remember, constants are just things that don't have a variable with them. So I have negative 6 and I have positive 12. So it doesn't matter where you start. I'm going to start by moving my constant over. So I'm going to move 6. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides. So plus 6. So these 6's cancel, and I get 13x equals 4x. And I'm adding 6 to 12 because those are like terms. They both are constants. So this is 18. So don't add 6 to 4x because those are unlike terms. Next, we're going to subtract 4x because we need to get all of our x's on one side. So 13x minus 4x is 9x equals 18. Divide both sides by 9. So x equals 2. Okay, the one on the right is very similar. I want you to try that one. This one is similar to the last two that we did. So I'll go ahead and work this one out for you. So I got, actually, I'll let you do this one. Pause the video, give this one a try, and when you unpause it, I'll have the solution for that one down for you. Okay, so hopefully you paused it and had a chance to try it. So first subtract 12 from both sides. So you get 3x equals negative 5x minus 18. Then add 5x to both sides. So you get 8x equals negative 18. Divide both sides by 8. So you get x is 9/2. Okay, these next two, in order to solve these two, first you're going to need to combine like terms before you solve. So I'm going to draw my line. So combining like terms, I have 5a plus 3 plus 5a. Those are like terms. So I'm going to combine them. So 5a plus 5a is 10a. And then my plus 3 equals, and then on the right side there's nothing to combine. So I'm just going to write negative 13 minus 6a. Now, this is very similar to the ones that we were just solving. So now you're going to solve this for a. So we could first subtract 3 from both sides. So those 3's go away, and I'm left with 10a equals negative 16. Guys, these are like terms, so that's why I'm subtracting those two. Negative 13 minus 3. And then minus 6a. And then I'm going to add 6a to move it over to be with my other a's. So 10 plus 6 is 16, so this is 16a equals negative 16. Divide both sides by 16, so you get a equals negative 1. So let me go through that process again. So first I combined the like terms, and then I went ahead and solved. So first I subtracted 3 from both sides, and then after I subtracted 3, I simplified. I got 10a equals negative 16 minus 6a. Then I added 6a to both sides. I got 16a equals negative 16, and then divide both sides by 16 to get a equals negative 1. You try the next one. So pause the video if you need to. And I'll display the answer for this one. So hopefully you paused and had a chance to work that one out. First, you combine 2a minus 5a gets you negative 3a plus 3 equals negative 6a minus 9. Subtract 3 from both sides, so that gets you negative 3a equals negative 6a minus 12. Then add 6a to both sides to get rid of it, so that all your a's are on one side. So I get negative 3a plus 6a is 3a, and that equals negative 12. Divide both sides by 3, so a equals negative 4. And with the fun ones. So these last few all involve fractions. So I have x divided by 2 plus x divided by 3 equals 5. So to get rid of the fractions, I like to just, there's a couple ways you can do it. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to multiply everything first by the first denominator. So I'm going to multiply both sides here by 2. So what that does is give me 2x over 2 plus 2x over 3 equals 10. We can simplify this. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so this is x plus 2x over 3 equals 10. Now I'm left with the denominator of 3, so I'm going to multiply everything this time by 3. So 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 2x is 6x over 3, and that equals 30, 10 times 3. We can simplify this side. 3x plus 6 divided by 3, this reduces to 2, so this is 2x equals 30. And then combine like terms, so 2x and 3x is 5x equals 30. Divide both sides by 5. So x is 6. Okay, the one on the right is similar. I'll do that one as well. So this time you can solve it using cross multiplication, because you have one fraction equal to another fraction. This only works when you have one fraction set equal to another fraction. So to cross multiply, we're just going to multiply along the diagonals here. So we'll do 7 times 2x minus 1. We'll put that on the left side, so 7 times 2x minus 1. And we'll set that equal to this. So 3 times x plus 6. So first, distribute the 7, so this gives you 14x minus 7, make sure to include the negative, equals 3x plus 6. Add 7 to both sides. Nope, sorry. See, I already messed up. So, and this is a common mistake. So, when you do your distribution, 3x, and make sure you get the second one. So 3 times 6 is 18. So make sure you get both of them. Add 7 to both sides. So we get 14x. So these 7's cancel. Equals 3x plus 25. Now subtract 3x. So if these cancel, and I get 11x equals 25. Divide both sides by 11. So x equals 25 over 11. Okay, and the last problem. So this one has lots of fractions, but we're going to do it just like we did it before. Take it one fraction at a time. So I have 5x divided by 9 minus 4 over 15 equals 2x minus 1 over 3. So first, I'm just going to start with that first fraction. Multiply everything by 9. So multiply this side by 9 and this side by 9. So what you get, 9 times 5 is 45x over 9 plus, or no, minus 9 times 4 is 36 over 15 equals, and this is a 9 times 2x minus 1 all divided by 3. Okay, so now we're going to do some simplifying. 45 over 9, that is 5, so this is 5x. Negative 36 over 15, it reduces, those are both divisible by 3. So if I divide each of those by 3, so 36 divided by 3 gives you 12. I'm going to write minus 12. And 15 divided by 3 is 5. So it's 12 over 5. And then on the right side, the 9 and the 3 reduce. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So this is 3 times 2x minus 1. So now notice, now I only have one fraction to get rid of. So 5x minus 12 fifths equals 3 times 2x minus 1. Multiply both sides by 5. So we'll distribute 5 times 5x is 25x. 5 times negative 12 is negative 60, all divided by 5, equals 3 times 5 is 15, and I'm going to leave what's inside the parentheses alone. So I get this, I get 25x minus 60 over 5 equals 15 times 2x minus 1. So we're going to just reduce. So this is 25x. 60 divided by 5 is 12, so minus 12 equals, distribute, 15 times 2x is 30x, and 15 times negative 1 is negative 15. And then we're just going to solve that for x. So add 12 to both sides. These 12's cancel, so I get 25x equals 30x. Negative 15 plus 12 is negative 3. Now I'm going to move the 30x over. I'm going to subtract it. So subtract 30x. Suppose negative 30, positive 30 and negative 30 cancel. And 25 minus 30 is negative 5. X equals negative 3. Divide both sides by negative 5. So you get x equals 3 fifths. Okay? Okay. I did post um, some practice problems for you guys to try. We will go over those during our live meet. If you have questions about any of these problems from today's notes or about the practice problems, please email me, send me a message on Remind, or send me a message in Google Class.